Hey everybody, this is Theorol, and this is my Marvel Champions playthrough where we are fighting through all of the villains and scenarios of Marvel Champions in order, with all of the various heroes from Marvel Champions. We've picked this back up with the Mojo Scenarios recently, and we have gotten to the end where we will fight Mojo himself. And fighting against him, I've chosen Wolverine, because after this, we will move on to Next Evolution. The first scenario there is Morlocks, and I thought Storm was very fitting for that, so that'll finish our X-Men with Storm versus Morlocks, hopefully next week. So, to begin with, we're going to build a deck for Wolverine to tackle Mojo, and I did Justice for Gambit, and I did Protection for Rogue, so I reckon I'm going to do Aggression for Gambit. Alright, so let's see. Start with, we're going to do our 3 basic resources, which we still want. Alright, now we got to figure out what else we might want from our basic cards. Or maybe we should do aggression cards first. Let's do aggression cards. I don't know, maybe this is too far. Alright, allies. Let's look at our allies first. So ally-wise, especially for Mojo, we definitely want Psylocke. Right, Psylocke's going to be a solid ally for us there. And then we're just looking for other X-Men allies. So we have Dust, we have Magic, she's good. We have other people? Sunfire. Yeah, let's do Sunfire, because Sunfire is cheap and effective. And that's those ones. We could do Dust, we could do Magic. Worth considering. I'm going to throw in Magic for now. I don't think we need Dust in a solo game. She's better in multiplayer. Alright, events wise. So we like attacks because attacks are good with Wolverine. And we could lean aggression. We could do some no quarters type stuff. Oh, we can't play no quarter with his claws because that's a requirement. We don't ignore requirements with cost. So, what do we got? We got 1x1, we have melee, we have even uppercut or into the fray. Dropkick wants to be all fist, relentless assault wants to be paid with a fist. Alternatively, we could go and lean into the basic attacks. That's an interesting option that we have available to us. We have cards like Precision Strike, which, hey, that only costs 1, and if we defeat the enemy, we get 2 health back. So we can use that to heal up if we wanted to. Excuse me. Very unprofessional of me to sneeze. Clobber is an interesting option. We get it back in our hands after we play it. Let's do Clobber. Especially since if we play it with our claws and we pull it back to our hand, then it's still a resource available for us. I'm not convinced that we don't want to do Dropkick, honestly. I know we can't get the pay for it with all fists, but if we build our deck with quite a lot of fists, it could work. Alternatively, we could just build with other cards that are good and efficient and not too expensive, and see how that works. I haven't really played him very much in aggression. Let's see. So, yeah, that means no Hone Technique because we're not paying for with mentals. We could get Martial Prowess. Martial Prowess isn't a bad card here. Combat Training is fine. We will be basic attacking at least sometimes. Maybe. It's worth a shot. Consideration. It's worth consideration, let's say. Fluid Motion also is worth consideration here, because it's very easy for us to play it, even multiple attacks per turn, and that can get very high base attack bonus. Battle Fury is not bad in those instances where we get to use it effectively. Marked is actually interesting with him, but his big attack has overkill, so I'm going to concentrate on that. We're just going to see where we end up with on fists to see if we want to run dropkick or anything. What about supports? Any good supports? I'm going to say no. War Room could be, but we're not going to expect. Resources. We could run Power of Aggression. We have some aggression cards. We'll consider it. Oh, we could also run power or aggressive energy. Maybe aggressive energy would be better. It combos with 1x1 pretty well. We run 2 of those and no power of aggression. It also combos with a couple of his attacks. That's true. I did kind of skip over warrior skill, wherever that is. I don't think we want warrior skill. We're not quite running a warrior skill deck. We don't get to do schemes because this is still pre-next evolution. Alright, let's see where that leaves us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 cards. So that leaves us with 16. That leaves us with 9 more basics. I don't think I'm going to run that many basics, so I'm going to have to pop back in a minute. But we'll see. Let's see here. We have 4 basics. We're going to run our favorite basic when it comes to X-Men, Professor X. I thought I did that. Alright, Professor X. He's solid. And we can run 1 more X-Men ally to take us up to 6 total allies. We could run Forge. He's cool. Let's see if we're going to even think about running Forge. Otherwise, we could run somebody else. Colossus. Oh, okay, I'm going to pop Colossus out here because he's certainly a consideration because of the team up. Fastball Special. Fastball Special can do a lot of damage, especially if I give all of this to attack cards. So I'm going to go ahead and run it because I can boost my base attack, and Fastball Special is cool for that. That's our team up. Cool. That'll be fun. Oh, we don't get side schemes. We don't need any more resources for sure. Alright, supports. That's what I was looking for. So, if we run X-Jet, if we have X-Jet and Martial Prowess, I mean, Dropkick's just going to be not hard to play for all fists. Weapon X is an interesting consideration. I mean, it's good because it gets us our Wolverine cards, but oh yeah, we want like regenerative healing and stuff. Yeah. Weapon X is good. Not Moira, I don't think. Maybe Utopia, probably not Utopia. Well, Utopia lets us ready. Ooh, Utopia seems good. If we're gonna have high base attack, Utopia lets us take advantage of that. X-Mansion lets us heal, which could let us keep Colossus out. That's not awful. I don't think we're gonna go Danger Room. Alright, I'm going to put the X-Mansion over here as a possibility. We're not going to Cerebro, even though we do have a Psionic, so it could work. Upgrade-wise, technically we could run Honorary X-Men. Could be handy. Gives a few extra hit points. Helps us be able to, like, do stuff. I think I'm going to run Endurance, because it's nice to have our hit points be a little bit normalized. Yeah, sure. We'll say those are the ones that we're actually running. I don't really know. Wary Rumble's not even awful here. I'll consider it. This is basically just a free recover for one. Without having to worry about staying exhausted. And it's nice to not have to stay exhausted. Alright. How many cards have we had? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Look at that. That's 9 cards. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay. That's it. That's our 60 card deck. We're going to go with it. Maybe we shouldn't. Who knows? Maybe I'm making some terrible choices here. I'm going to pull Wolverine's Claws off that, so I don't have to search it. Alright, as of 1.5, this starts out not in his deck, and then it puts into play with his setup. So, that's it. We're set up. That's our deck. Alright, we've got Mojo. Mojo gets 2 settings, 2 shows. These are the 2 shows we haven't played yet, so I guess those are the 2 that Wolverine's going to get. Good luck, Wolverine. These are 2 hard ones, but... oh man, I don't know. This could be awful, but we're going to give it a shot. Alright, Mojo starts with 10. We choose one of these at random. For that, I am going to need a randomizer. I guess, actually, hold on. I just have... for that, I need a randomizer. Look. It's a randomizer. We got Dial M for Mojo, so the crime modular gets shuffled in here. And then we place 2 threat on each hero. How do I know there's a way to shrink this. Hold on. I thought it was one of those. Scale. Down. Alright. Okay, there we go. There's our threat counter. We're just going to put it on our hit point now. Seems like a convenient place to keep it. Alright. So we start with 2 threat because that's what Mojo says. And I think that's everything. Everybody gets +1 thwart. Every encounter card is going to add threat. So it's going to be fun. Alright. Could be challenged. Let's see. We don't have anything much in the way of minions yet. So 1x1's not going to help us very much. We certainly don't need Berserker Barrage. We don't need aggressive energy. I would love to play Psylocke. And maybe Logan's Cabin? Sure. 4 new cards. Okay, so we could play Clobber. 1, 2, 3, 4 for Psylocke. And that's pretty much everything. We can save 1. Maybe we'll save Sunfire. We don't have Overkill yet, so that'll be useful for keeping us alive. Alright. We're going to flip to hero form. We're going to use Wolverine's Claws to play Clobber. Oh, first thing happens, we add our 2 threat to the main scheme. Okay. Now we use Wolverine's Claws to play Clobber. That deals 3 damage to Mojo. On our way. Clobber comes back into our hand because that's the first thing we've played this turn. 1, 2, 3, 4 for Psylocke, who comes with her 2 counters. And then we'll hold Sunfire. We thwart for 3 per Dial M for Mojo, but Psylocke is going to go ahead and punch and confuse Mojo, because that will be useful to us. Alrighty. Sorry, I forgot to deal 2 damage to myself. This goes up by 1. Mojo attacks me for 3. 1, 2, 3. Then we get a single encounter card. It's a supporting actor. Forced response after he activates against you, put 2 threat here. Place 1 threat on each character you control as a boost. It's a 1/1 with 6 health. Well, that's annoying. First thing that happens is I heal 2. Then I will Wolverine's Clobber, taking 2, and dealing 3 damage to this guy, and taking Clobber back into my hand. So, I can play Clobber. That seems solid. Oh, sorry, I didn't do this thing. Forced response, after my turn ends, discard the top 4 cards, put 1 threat on my hero for each card that does not belong to the Mojo set. 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course I discarded 3, so that's 3 threat on me. So that also has consequential. Alright. Killing this guy seems like my best bet. So I can heal 3 this way. I can just heal. I can get plus 3 hit points that way, which is like healing 3 or healing 4. It's like healing 3 instead of 4. So we use Clobber for that. That's fine. I know I could heal 4 and get up to 9 hit points, but I could just heal 3 and then I have a bigger maximum hit points, and that's going to be nice if I end up overhealing eventually, which could very easily happen when I go alter ego. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to heal 3 from endurance. I'm going to consider Psylocke going ahead and thwarting. This should have 1 extra thwart because he had Insight 1. I got 1 card off of that. And since he's confused, I'm not too worried about the threat at the moment. I want to stop the discard, so I'm going to go alter ego, which I'm going to be doing a lot because Mojo. When I go alter ego, he does, however, get 3 threat. Alright. 1 threat. Mojo is confused, so he does not scheme. I get a single encounter card. It surges plus insight and gives me caught off guard, which destroys my endurance. That's unfortunate, but at least doesn't surge. It does, however, add a threat because threat is going to be a problem. Alright, let's see. 1, 2, 3, plays Professor X. Which is great. I just wish I had more hit points. I may just recover here. Get back to full. I'm going to take a punch. That's fine. Yeah, we're going to do that. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm not going to take a punch because Professor X is going to take it. Maybe I don't want to recover then. On the one hand, it would be nice. On the other hand, we can just thwart a lot. 1, 2, 3. We're going to play Professor X because we have no minions to speak of. Oh, let's see. We can thwart for 4. Psylocke can just thwart for 3, that's 7. Or I could just hold her. I thwart for 4 and confuse Mojo. That seems good. Let's go with that. Confused Mojo. 4 threat due to Professor X. Hold Psylocke. Play Fluid Motion. Ready all my cards. Draw back to 5. Okay. Hey, I got track by scent. This goes up by 1. Mojo attacks, Professor X defends. Takes 1 damage. Then we move all threat from the character with the most threat to it on the to the main scheme. No threat was moved this way. Place. Sorry, that's not supposed to happen. I keep forgetting. End of turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 1 card. 1 card that was not from the Mojo set, so I get 1 threat. And now when this reveals, it moves the 1 threat from me to the main scheme. Okay. Single encounter card. It's Crime Scene Investigation, which comes with 1, and gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus 1. Nice. Professor X is now discarded. I heal 2. Alright, I thwart for 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna spend... trying to decide if I want to try and play Fluid Motion or not. I could play Berserker Frenzy, but that would require me to stay hero form. I don't think I'm going to stay hero form while he's confused. It's a good time to go alter ego. I'm going to lunging strike him though, because that would be good to do. Sure, why not? Oh, you know what? Let's just save my hit points. Yeah, that's good. We're going to go that way. Track by scent. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. This is defeated. That doesn't help me at all. But since I defeated it, I get to draw 2 cards. Now this is options. There's a lot of options here. Now I could deal 9 damage, or I could get out a resource that'll help me do more stuff later. Or I could get out Colossus. That's the thing though. See, if I get out Colossus, then that means that next time I come across my team up, which will happen eventually, I can use it. And then I can attack for a ton because I have fluid motion and all that fun stuff. And Colossus can block for me. And that's not, I mean, it's Mojo. I don't need to block attacks that badly, but how about I just punch for 3? Or you could thwart for 2. Thwarting for 2 is good. Is good. I could just deal 9, right? I mean, Mojo has what, 20 hit points next? 25 hit points. Ugh. 25 is a lot of hit points. It's going to take a bit. I think I need to build. I need to build so that I can really kill him. I think the building I'm going to do is playing Colossus. And I'm just going to use Colossus as a thwarter. So he's going to start by thwarting for 2. I don't know. Maybe I should just punch him. We'll punch him first. He can thwart for 2 next turn. I'm going to go alter ego because he's confused and I need to not constantly discard his deck. Ooh, nice. I got better. That's a good card. On the other hand, I could play combat training and martial prowess. 1 threat. He's confused. I get a single encounter card. It's Major Domo. He gains 1 threat, and this is attached to him. After he attacks, discard cards from the encounter deck equal to the amount of damage dealt by that attack. Spend 1 of everything. Lovely, 1 of everything, huh? Fist, energy, mental. So martial prowess, I think, is the one I'm going to play. Yep. Fine. 1, 2. Martial prowess. 1, 2, 3. Discard that card. I thwart for 3. Colossus keeps thwarting. Psylocke does a couple damage and confuses him. Alrighty. We're going to get there. We're going to draw double resources eventually. See? There they are. They exist in my deck. My turn ends. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 3. Threat on me. Mojo attacks me. I take it. Ow! 1, 2, 3, 4. Single encounter card. Choose 1. Move all threat from side scheme to the main scheme. Discard from the top of the encounter deck until side scheme is discarded. That's unfortunate, because there is no side scheme. There may not even be one left in the encounter deck. That is an acceleration token. Thanks, deck. Well, looks like we're going to the west. Colossus. Thwarts for 2. Track by scent. Thwarts for 3. I healed 2, by the way. And draws 2 cards, giving me an encounter card. Oh, hold on. I played Utopia first. It'll eventually help. I still have to pay a double resource for Adamantium Skeleton. Give me 4. And then I guess I'll go ahead and punch him for 1, 2, 3. With piercing and all the fun stuff. I'm not going to hold Ready to Rumble. I'm going to be sad that I keep not drawing anything useful. Thanks, Tech. This goes up by 2. Oh, I have to... Oh, I started this turn in hero form. I'm going to go back to alter ego. So, that's it. He gets 2. That's not going to happen. 2 threat. This is flipped over. Right. Flips this card. Yep. At the start of step 3 of the villain phase, randomly choose one set aside modular, reveal its show, shuffle it, place it on top, deal the first player 2 face down counter cards, and flip this card. Man. You know what I would not love to not do? Is deal myself a bunch of extra encounter cards. Alright. Well, he's confused, so he doesn't scheme. Then, we reveal this show. This gets discarded. Enemy attack gain overkill. When a character takes damage, increase that damage by 1. That really sucks for our good friend Wolverine. I just need to win. He got Mojo Major Domo again? Honestly. Are you serious? Draw 5 cards. Discard 5 cards. For each different resource discarded this way, I have to discard a thing. Well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 energies. I have 1, 2, 3 strengths, and I have 1, 2, 3 mentals. Yay! Definitely discarding 2 upgrades or supports. Hey, I got Sunfire. So I do want to be able to pay an energy for him. So let's say those 3 I keep. Let's say I keep Lunging Strike so that I can kill him after I kill him. Maybe hang on to Berserker Barrage, or we could hang on to 1 by 1. That might work. Alright. Well, track by set. How good's track by set to me right now? Not very necessary. So I think I'm going to kill track by scent. I guess we'll hold endurance and shoot. I don't want to discard 3 different resources. That would force me to discard Lunging Strike, though. So if I'm keeping Lunging Strike, I have to keep... That's why it's easier to keep the mentals. The problem is... Okay, so instead of 1 by 1, I keep Berserker Barrage. And instead of combat training... No, I can't do that. I can't discard 3 energies, because then I can't use Sunfire to discard Major Domo. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 2 resources. That kills, say, Martial Prowess and Fluid Motion. card ever. It's not really, but it's Gunslinger. Okay. 1 by 1's not going to kill him, because it sucks. Oh, I should have 1 more card. I should have had 6 cards. Cool. That means I can keep 1 more of these cards. That means I can keep Berserker Brush, and I can discard Track by Set instead. Okay. No, not Berserker Brush. That's not the one I want to keep. I'm going to keep Lunging Strike. Where's Lunging Strike? There it is. Keep Lunging Strike, discard Berserker Brush. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the correct hand size. I only had to discard 5. Okay. Well, thanks for totally screwing me over. Oh, also, that's up to 5. That's fine. I don't think I have to worry about it. I think I'm good for the rest of the game on that. I really wish I had a resource. Alright, we're going to go to hero form. We punch for 3. We are going to punch that dude for 3. Yeah, sure. We're going to spend Genius to play Sunfire, who's an X-Men. And we're going to pay an energy to clear Major Domo. Not 1 by 1. Not 1 by 1. Extra. I could just play Endurance. I don't need to, though. We're going to play 1 by 1, dealing 2 damage to Mojo, defeating him. When revealed, we place 3 threat on each character. Thanks, Mojo. I didn't have to do it in that order, so I'm going to say I played Sunfire after I cleared Mojo. Doesn't otherwise change very much. Alright. Mojo has 25 hit points. And that's what we're going for. That is that 25 damage. So we're going to Lunging Strike. I used my claws to play this, so I deal 1 damage to him and 7 damage to Mojo. I took 3. I punch Mojo for 3. Sunfire punches Mojo for 2. We hang on to Wolverine. We hang on to Colossus. I flipped hero form this turn already. So that's my turn. He discards the top 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I draw 5. I also... Sorry. He was dead. He takes 1 more damage because he was already dead. He takes another damage because I was supposed to deal 1 more damage every time I dealt damage to him. I can't deal extra damage from that. He takes 1 more damage from Sunfire. Okay, there we go. He's about dead. I just have to not die. That should be pretty easy. Is going to hit me for a lot, though. So I need to not die. 1, 2. Mojo attacks me. I think I have to defend this. He does 4, 5, or 4 minus 2, which is 2. 1, 2, and then 1 more because of Wild Wild Mojo. Then he gets Master Plan, which is going to try and make me lose the game by discarding all the cards from this stupid encounter deck. There we go, Dragnet. Which starts with 6 threat. The villain cannot take damage. You gotta be kidding me. Gotta be kidding me. I heal 2. 6 thwart. 6 thwart. Alright. I have 5 health. 2, 3. I play Professor X. Professor X readies me. He thwarts for 3. 1, 2, 3. I could have spent fists. That might have been more. I thwart it for 2. Sunfire finishes the thwarting of it for 1. Oh, Professor X didn't need to ready me. Utopia readied me. Professor X would have confused Mojo in case I'm not going to win. I don't know. There wasn't else much to do with him because nobody was going to survive. He takes 2 damage. Because Wild Wild Mojo, man, I'm glad I didn't have that at the start. This has been thwarted. He can take damage. I play Slice and Dice, taking 4 damage, almost killing me. He takes 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Colossus punches him. He takes 4. He's dead. I win because I'm Wolverine. And when it comes time to deal damage, I can deal damage. Phew. Alrighty. There we go. Mojo is defeated by Wolverine. And that's with Wild Wild Mojo and Crime, which are 2 of the harder encounters, I think. 2 of the harder settings, shows. Wild Wild Mojo is just so rough. When a character takes damage, increase it by 1 is so mean. And the villain gets an overkill. Admittedly, it does help us for putting damage on the villain, but it hinders us a lot because of allies. It just kills allies. I hope I didn't... I'm pretty confident I didn't miss any damage for me. I think I missed a little bit of damage for him, as noted, but it wasn't a big deal. Oh, no. That's very true. Yeah, no, I shouldn't have won. Sunfire was supposed to get discarded when he thwarted. Or when he punched, because Wild Wild Mojo was already in play. That means he couldn't punch Mojo. Now he had 2 health left, so he would have had 3 more. So that means Colossus only hit him for 4, and that's not enough to kill Mojo. Shoot. Well, okay. Glad I thought about that. So, I take back my win. That's not happened yet. I'm going to have to flip to Alter Ego, because otherwise I die. And I just have to not die. So let's hope we don't get an advance or anything. I did confuse him, so that works out. If I take any damage, I die. So as long as I don't take damage, and he doesn't do anything crazy with this single encounter card, I'll be okay. That's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a fine card for him to get. So there's tons of ways I can kill him now. This is... I did add that. Obviously, I should heal. I should flip. And I should spend 1, 2, 3, 4 to play Psylocke. And ready. And then Psylocke punches him for 2 consequential. First she does 2 damage, and then she does 2 more damage, and then I can punch him for 3, and then I can play Slice and Dice for 4 of my hit points, and deal another 8. There you go. I properly killed him that time. Sorry for that brief error, but at least I noticed it and rectified it, because Sunfire was supposed to be dead. Yeah, I did undo his damage instead of his threat. I guess I could have undone Colossus's attack, because he would have needed to thwart that side scheme so that I could deal damage. I might have even just held him, since I couldn't thwart the side scheme 100%, and just waited for another turn, but I kind of needed to thwart it so I could push that damage on him from Slice and Dice. So that's probably the way to play it anyways. Yep. There we go. Alright, Mojo defeated. For real this time. For real. Wolverine can still do a lot of damage. And Mojo is thankfully a little bit susceptible to confuse, and we've got confused status here. I don't know, I kind of like this deck. Not 100% convinced by it, 1x1. Still seemed good though. I'm just wondering if it would benefit from some stuns. I don't know how often I had enough fists to do that. Wolverine has quite a few in his deck, but I don't know. Dropkick's tough to play. It's not like I was playing a lot of attacks anyways. Mostly just his attacks, and mostly just with Wolverine's claws, which is the part that makes it chancy. To include that. Mostly it needs threat. Wolverine can do damage. What he needs is more control in my experience, but you know what? When you can do as much damage as he can, you can win games, and there's 12 cards left here, so all's good. Alright, well, if you enjoyed this, like and subscribe. Leave me any comments. Having finished the Mojo Scenarios here, I'll say that I like all of the Mojo Scenarios. They're a lot of fun. I've started playing Next Evolution in person, and it's a lot of fun. And I don't know, these have been some great villains. I'm very happy with where the game is currently and where it seems to be going. So, yeah, I have more content for you next week. And until then, I'll catch you next time.